Extreme programming, it is a lightweight, efficient, low risk, flexible, predictable, scientific and fun way to develop a software. So this extreme programming, XP meaning extreme programming, was conceived and developed. Why was it developed? It was developed to address the specific needs of software development by small teams in the face of vague and changing environment. So it was to look into the needs of the software development by small teams. Extreme is one of the agile software development methodologies. It provides values and principles to guide the team behavior. The team is expected to self-organize. Extreme programming provides specific core practices as each practice is simple and self-complete. Combination of practices produces more complex and emergent behavior. So extreme programming is based on the following values. Number 1, communication. Then you have simplicity, feedback, courage and respect. Extreme programming involves writing unit tests before programming and keeping all the tests running at all times. The unit tests are automated and eliminate defects earlier, thus reducing cost. So what does it do? It starts with the unit test before programming and keeping all the tests running at all times. So they are automated and they eliminate the defects earlier. So earlier only they will eliminate the defects, so that at the long time after the project is completed, there is no kind of a defect is present. Thus it reduces the cost of the model. Starting with simple designs, just enough to code the features at hand and redesigning when required. So suppose there is a software which is having a login page. So it will just create a simple login page, and then when required it will design the login page and give the CSS elements, give the software elements. So initially it will just make a framework of that login page. Designing of the login page, adding some kind of features to it will be done later. Redesigning will be done later. Programming in pairs, so that is called as pair programming, with two programmers at one screen taking turns to use the keyboard. While one of them is at the keyboard, the other constantly reviews and provides input. So pair programming is a very essential feature of agile programming, where not one single standalone programmer is coding. There are two programmers sitting at one screen and they take turns to code. When one is coding, the other will review the code, so that to avoid errors and mistakes in the code. Fourth is putting a minimal working system into the production quickly and upgrading it whenever required. Integration and testing the whole system several times a day. So you are integrating and testing the whole system several times in a day. When you are putting certain kind of input, you are testing it again. When you put a different input, you again test it. So again and again testing is being carried out. Keeping the customer involved all the time and obtaining constant feedback from the customer. Iterating facilitates the accommodating changes as the software evolves with the changing requirements. So the developer will be involved with the customer to get the feedback constantly, and also for the requirements. So if the customer needs certain requirements, then the environment is such that it will be accommodated, changes will be accommodated if the requirements are going on changing. So keeping the customer in iterating facilitates the accommodating changes as the software evolves with changing requirements. So it will accommodate changes as the software is going on evolving. So the diagram is designing, coding, testing, planning and product increment. So when you are testing, acceptance test is being carried out. So product is getting incremented. Planning, designing, Designing simple designs are being coded with the help of unit testing, and continuously you are doing integrating and testing up. Refracting, and how is the coding done? It is done with the help of pair programming. Extreme programming solves the following problems often faced in software development. Slipped schedules, short and achievable development cycles ensure timely deliveries. Cancelled projects focus on continuous customer involvement, ensures transparency with the customer and immediate resolution of any issues. Cost incurred in changes, extensive and ongoing tests make sure the changes do not break the existing functionalities. A running working system always ensures sufficient time for accommodating changes such that the current operations are not affected. Misunderstanding the business or domain, making the customer a part of the team ensures constant communication and clarifications. Production or post delivery effects, emphasis on the unit test to detect and fix defects earlier. Business changes are considered to be inevitable and are accommodated at any point of time. So all these are the advantages basically. What is the first advantage? Slipped schedules, meaning short and achievable cycles. So time slots are created where the deliveries will be performed. Suppose cancelled projects focus on continuous customer involvement. So a customer will be involved continuously. It will ensure transparency with the customer and immediate resolution of any issue. So the project will not be dragged. It will be immediately resolved. Cost incurred in changes. Extensive and ongoing tests make sure the changes do not break the existing functionality. Therefore, even if you are doing a change, there is no problem will be caused to the system architecture. So we have to ensure that the system architecture is perfectly working. A running working system always ensures sufficient time for accommodating changes such that the current operations are not affected. Misunderstanding the business or domain, making the customer a part of the team ensures constant communication with the customer and clarifications. So customer says that I want a particular software for a particular business, but suppose the developer misunderstands the domain, then it will be a problem. So what is it suggesting? So according to extreme model, you should continuously speak up, have meetings with the customer to understand the domain, to understand the business, so that you can make the software accordingly. Production or post delivery effects, emphasis on unit tests to detect and fix defects earlier. So unit testing is carried out. Business changes are considered to be inevitable, means changes will occur. Changes are inevitable, cannot be avoided, but you need something to accommodate the changes at any point of time. So that something is a software, a methodology which will accommodate the changes. So changes are inevitable, they cannot be stopped. They are going to happen, but you need to accommodate the changes at any point of time in the software.